Do you want to improve your English listening and speaking? Here is the secret: listen to real stories. Repeat the key sentences. Speak with confidence. Today, we have a very powerful story. It is about Steve Jobs, the man who changed the world with Apple. His life story will not only help you practice English, but also inspire you to dream big and never give up. Steve Jobs was born in 1955, in San Francisco, California, and was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs soon after birth. Paul Jobs, a mechanic and carpenter, taught Steve the value of craftsmanship and insisted even unseen parts must be made with care. Clara, his mother, gave him warmth, patience, and security, helping him grow with confidence. From childhood, Steve showed unstoppable curiosity, often opening radios and machines just to understand how they worked. This habit of questioning and seeking answers shaped his future as an inventor and visionary. Steve attended Reed College in Oregon, known for creativity and free thinking, but after 6 months he dropped out. He did not want to waste his parents' life savings on classes that didn't inspire him, but he stayed on campus to keep learning. He slept on friends' floors, collected Coke bottles for food money, and ate free meals at the Hare Krishna temple. Despite these struggles, he followed his curiosity, attending classes he loved, especially calligraphy. 10 years later, that calligraphy class gave the Macintosh beautiful fonts, proving no learning is ever wasted. In 1976, Steve Jobs and his friend Steve Wozniak started Apple in a small garage with little money but a big dream. Wozniak was the engineer who built wonders with circuits, while Jobs was the visionary who saw how people would use technology. Together, they created the Apple I and then the Apple II, one of the first mass-produced personal computers. Families, schools, and businesses loved them because they were smaller, simpler, and more personal than anything before. In just a few years, Apple became a global company, and by age 25, Steve Jobs was a millionaire. By 1985, Apple had grown large, but conflicts inside the company also grew. Steve was passionate but demanding, often clashing with executives, including John Sculley, the CEO he had hired. Finally, the board removed Steve from Apple, the very company he had created with his own hands. Imagine the pain being fired from your own dream. For Steve, it was heartbreaking, humiliating, and confusing. Yet later, he said it was the best thing that happened, because it gave him freedom to start again and rediscover creativity. By the mid-1990s, Apple was collapsing with too many products and no clear vision, and it was losing money fast. In 1997, Apple invited Steve back, and with his return, everything began to change. He simplified the product line, cutting unnecessary projects and focusing only on what truly mattered. Soon, he introduced revolutionary products like the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iPad, each one transforming an industry. Under his leadership, Apple became not just a tech company but a symbol of design, creativity, and innovation. Steve Jobs passed away in 2011 at the age of 56, but his influence lives on in every iPhone, Mac, and Apple store. Beyond products, his greatest legacy was his message: follow your passion, trust your heart, and never stop learning. In his Stanford speech, he said, "Stay hungry, stay foolish," reminding us to keep curiosity alive and embrace challenges. He also reminded us that failure is not the end but a step toward growth. Steve Jobs' life proves that courage, creativity, and persistence can truly change the world. Steve Jobs' story shows us that success is never a straight line. It is full of setbacks, failures, and new beginnings. But he teaches us that if you keep going, stay bold, and remain creative, you can build something meaningful. Now think about yourself. What is your dream? What will you do if you face failure? Will you stop, or will you try again, just like Steve Jobs did? Remember, learning English is also a journey. Step by step, failure by failure, you grow stronger.